now Longzhu finalizing their draft actually with Talon. All the eggs are going to be in Praise Basket.
Crown being extremely obnoxious in the mid lane. Wow, the exhaust coming out. Fly, he's playing with fire, is forced to flash away. We're going to have an early bot lane gank from Crash.
And they're not expecting this.
Yeah, the exhaust comes down. Ruler, the flash on in, does not get stunned. Actually, Core JJ is the one that gets stunned. And so both members of Samsung do get away.
He has to know that Ambition has been power farming this entire time. Expression, oddly enough, not entertaining this as a possibility.
Yeah, the Twisted Advance comes in, still has his flash. There it is, the flash forward from Ambition.
Oh.
So much damage coming out. One more hit will do it. First blood goes to Cuvée.
It almost looked like for a second that Expression was going to get away, and it's not over yet.
Lots of action in this game so far. Already, just at 3 minutes in.
Find themselves a first blood, and now coming back into live. Crash is trying to reduce and take away.
Oh, the exhaust, he's forced to flash. Those blades coming back, and so he does live. Clears out the ward.
Expression can't hit a park. Oh, he might end up getting killed right here.
Yeah, it looks like it. The ultimate goes down onto Ambition. Cuvée tanking for quite a while. True Shot Barrage does come out, but it will not matter.
I don't even know exactly what to say. It's just awkward to see that Crown and Ambition aren't making more use of the wave clear.
Look at this. I mean, he arcane shifted forward, so almost ate a huge amount of damage, and Gorilla eating a ton of damage for that as well.
We talked about earlier on how they need to have more gold than the Samsung team comp. And so when they're coming up short...
Oh, hold that thought. Gigantic root here into both Crash and Gorilla. Will they go for the dive? Immediately, Expression comes with the teleport down. The flash crit, and Rise picking up the kill in the back on the Lulu. Now Prey is all alone. Core JJ tanking that turret. Looks like they can't stay that long. Fly not going to be able to fight there against Crown. He's got to land those shots here. Will the fourth one land? It will. Does miss the root, but here's Crown for the cleanup. That's going to be another kill going over to Samsung. And all of a sudden, this is open, wide open. It's 5-0 Samsung now.
Meanwhile, in live, Samsung able to pick up an Infernal Drake. Really helping out their top.
Fly jumping into 3 members. He just had no vision. Assumes that Ambition was alone. Will pay for it with his life. And I mean, this started very passive up until about 2 minutes ago, but now we're on a bit of a roller coaster. Oh, here's Ambition in top lane again. Cuvée is just so tanky with this red buff. That should be an Expression going down. There it is. With the burst damage, it's going to be another kill. Prey, meanwhile, is going to get locked down. Oh, huge amount of damage there, but does barely survive.
The majority of the assists are actually on Ambition and Core JJ, and that's where you would want them.
Yeah, oh, the lockdown onto Gorilla, and the collateral damage just erases him. And I really like what Samsung's doing, you know, taking bottom and capitalizing on Longzhu's mistakes over and over and over again. They've taken all 3 tier 1 turrets now as a team.
He can sustain basically a 1v2 and manage to eventually get away.
Okay, this might be a chance here for Longzhu. They find Ambition with the teleport from Expression. The cast knocks him away, but it will still be enough. And oh boy, Samsung, they're gonna try to turn this one around. Curtain Call comes up, really nice aim there. Locked down with the Rune Prison, and meanwhile, Cuvée in the back line, locking everyone down. Looks like maybe Fly was trying to get onto Ruler, but couldn't find him as Ruler was following up with his team. And Fly's just gonna awkwardly go to mid lane now.
Okay.
Well, I look away to cough, and then all of a sudden I come back and, oh, Prey's dead. Interesting. Missed that one.
And they are starting the Baron. Crown one-man army.
Well, now he's got Core JJ who knocks up 2 of them. And Crash, he won't even get the opportunity to be a hero. He's not even going to try. just that team of Crown and Core JJ, nobody can get near. There's so much lockdown with the Rune Prison, the root from Zyra.
A pretty bursty tank jungler. Taking a look at this replay, I mean, this was a pretty standard pickoff from Prey. Now actually, Samsung being a little bit overly cautious. Ambition, you can see even with everything, Fly is still just no match.
Crown, he does get polymorphed here. He turns around and actually fights his way in for a bit. We got the curtain call once again, but Crash able to get out of there. Prey outside as well. Nice snipe there on Alulu though at the end. Gonna jump in now onto Prey. There's the double kill. Expression, he's all alone. Don't care how tanky you are, you will eventually go down. That's gonna be 4 kills and the top inhibitor.
And this might actually just be the game. It really depends on if Crash can somehow hold off these Baron minions. I don't think so. Fly is 13 seconds away.
I guess that's going to be it here at about 29 minutes and a half. That's going to be game number 1, going over to Samsung.
They are highlighting the Shen, but have a lot of synergy with the Kazakhs.
He's looking to come behind Crown, who will have his Valkyrie. There's the flash stun though, and actually the chain does land, but they're not going to go any deeper. They do get the flash at least, because he only has 2 longswords at this point in the game. Another trade here in mid, and Fly's not winning these trades. And here comes the package forward. Gonna run straight into Crash. There is that stand united, but the teleport coming in as well. There's the first blood though onto LeBlanc. Really nice taunt there by Cuvée. Here comes Expression trying to get onto Crown. Perfect timing on the Wild Growth. Keeps him alive. Prey trying to follow up. Is going to be enough to get Crown just barely with that Maokai Q. And so it will be a 1-for-1 trade after all. Although Expression will be locked up a bit. Is tanky enough to survive. I just don't care about this kind of dragon. Core JJ will just barely get out of there.
Really lucky that he didn't get locked up. He's playing with fire right now. He's probably thinking, though, that, you know, Crash might be drunk.
Oh, look at this. The Wild Growth. That will be Gorilla knocked up. Immediate exhaust. And a nice cast this time to deliver Crown away from Gorilla. And they will successfully disengage. Expression trying to clear out the wave. He will do so, but they are going to get that turret. Now it's 2v1. The taunt coming in here. An Expression. He will be followed up, though, by Crash. There's the stand united jumping forward. The cast hits them back into them again, but here comes Crown into the back with that package. Trying to pick up someone. Not able to pick up either of them just yet. Fly on the backside actually picks down Ambition. And nobody on Longju has died. Here's the spot turret you were talking about. They're getting a lot of damage done, and here comes Fly. He really wants to get in there. Lands the chain onto Core JJ, but they are going to turn this around. Here is Core and Cuvée jumping on the plane there. 2 kills going down. Expression is all alone, and no matter how tanky he is, will eventually fall. Samsung taking a really fantastic fight here. I swear, guys, he will die eventually. There he goes.
That was basically the raid boss. It was like doing a dungeon. First they had to kill Prey, then they got Fly, Gorilla, and then finally at the very end was the boss. They were missing the side quest though, the Gragas.
Yeah.
They didn't quite pick that up. Now they're going to turn their attention to getting that second Cloud Drake.
He's like a serial killer, right? He's like a crazy person, so.
He's not crazy, he's just misunderstood.
I see. Well, Crash, he's going to feel misunderstood here as everybody's trying to get onto him. Looks like, actually, he does get away. Almost pays for it.
Wow. Cuvée just absolutely shreds through Expression's Maokai.
Oh boy.
Gorilla.
This is what happens when a Corki gets ahead. They may pay for it though here. Prey in a good spot with the red buff. Will be jumped on by Ambition. Everybody very, very low. Heal coming out. Will he be able to survive? Ambition a little bit of hesitation about who to go to, and he will pay for it with his life. Now Ruler on the chase will eventually pick up that kill, but Fly does get away.
Actually, it was a little bit of a close call there. It almost looked like Longju were really going to come out further ahead. Now Cuvee, because he doesn't have the Sunfire cape, he's not aggroing Expression underneath the turret. And CoreJJ probably gonna go down. He does. Ended up in Prey living a little bit longer than they probably intended him to.
All right, they're gonna call down Fly to help out against Cuvee. See if they can actually pick up the kill. Does have the red buff on this LeBlanc. You can see Cuvee trying his best to fight this one, but will eventually go down. And meanwhile, Samsung isn't really going for anything on the opposite side of the map. Crown is going real aggressive on the Prey. Will take him out there with the package, and I guess this is what they wanted to go for as the response. They pick up a kill of their own onto Prey nonetheless. And Fly is like, I don't even know if I can take this fight. Well, the answer seems to be maybe. Whoa. And the answer is no. There's the burst damage out of Corki. In comes Cuvee with the Stand United 2, and Fly might have just baited his team into this once again. Crash is going to go down. Corki does get exhausted, which will make it harder to take down this giant oak tree that's in the front. Ruler also struggling to get in onto this fight. Expression is going 1v4 right now and is still alive. Prey in the back does take out Jin, actually. Finally, Maokai dies. CoreJJ actually takes the turret aggro. And this is not going as smoothly as Samsung would have hoped for. They actually lose their bot lane in the process. Both Crown and Ambition very low.
And if you're Samsung, you probably want to hit a timing here where Prey doesn't yet have his Blade of the Ruin King.
Now we'll see if they're able to hit that timing. Gorilla is going to be locked down. Ruler hitting like a truck. Crash with a nice keg. Does get Ambition into position to be knocked down, but he's going to jump in. Really nice stun there. Fly's jumping in now. Ambition is going to go down. And Longju is turning this around. They can't get past this wall that is Maokai. They're going to lock down Cuvee. Oh, nice grab there, though. Looks like Crown wants to turn this around with the help of Ruler. They're going to lock down two. Crash and Fly forced to run away with their tail between their legs.
Well, that's one of the problems that Longju have is when they run out of fuel, they run out of it pretty hard. And Crown and Ruler can kite for days if it keeps on going.
Crown is so intense.
Yeah, and I mean at this point they end up getting a lot out of that fight. Ocean Drake is on the map, and if you're Longju, I mean, you might actually want the Ocean Drake to be taken. That way you can potentially coin flip Elder.
Oh boy, look at this. Cuvee, he's recalling on a ward.
To dissuade Longju from trying to commit to this, look at where Fly is. He's waiting in the wings.
Oh, he wants Ruler. Wild Growth coming out here and Fly forced to back off.
That was the worst assassination attempt I have ever seen.
The chain missed. He didn't quite do enough damage. And Crown with the package, and the triple Cloud Drake is zooming around the map. He's literally a plane. And he's able to just get out of there. Meanwhile, Crash and Expression are trying to start some fights back here in the back. But
I feel like this is one of those, like, is this real or fake images? Like, you show me the position that Longju had after killing Cuvee, and then you show me the position they're in right now, and you ask me, is this actually real? And I would tell you that I could not believe it. Ambition, though, getting gutted for 50% of his HP.
They're starting this. In comes the teleport, there's the curtain call, and they're going to be forced to disengage. Edge of Night stops that damage. Oh, what? How did he land that onto Gorilla?
Ruler definitely has his Ruler tonight. He's done that to Gorilla twice now. At the end of last game, he threaded the needle, and he just did it again. And
it looks like they're just moving on in, trying to bait Longju into a fight. Oh, they landed onto Crash, that deadly flourish. There's the curtain call. Oh, it looks like he does get that last hit.
A little bit of whose base is it anyway, as Samsung begins to retreat into Longju's base.
In comes Fly, they want Ruler, and they lock him down with the Twisted Advance. There is the Wild Growth and the Stand United. He's a tank now. And Expression still alive somehow, some way. Ambition, though, might go down so close, but no! The crit coming out from Ruler does take out Fly right there at the last second. Ambition stays alive. Looks like Samsung will be able to convert into at least a turret, maybe this inhibitor.
Maokai is certainly the raid boss. And I don't know really what to say of that fight. I felt like that was the dream spot for Longju. And still, they came out with nothing at the very end. Take Expression away. They could easily have just planted Cube up in top lane right now. They're being a little bit more forward and aggressive, and Crash is going to need to steal this.
Well, if he gets taunted and jumped on, that's going to be a bit hard. He's still alive somehow. So many people have gotten away with such little health. Ambition and Crown getting pretty low. Fly able to get that that assassination there. Now Fly on the run. So many Samsung members are chasing Fly, and they can't even pick him up. Finally, they're trying to get him just barely. That minion shot, he's still alive. Somehow, he gets out of there. Meanwhile, Cube, he might be losing his GA here. During the entirety of that fight, it was 4 members of Longju against 1 Shen, and he's still alive, guys. Will he live at the end of this fight? That's the real question. He's dodging. It looks like he may just.
What?
Meanwhile, in the base, Fly, he does survive, so he's able to clean that up. Crown now on the chaser. Gorilla will go down, and it looks like finally they might be able to clean up some of these members. Ezreal does die as well. And in comes Cube, teleporting onto that super minion. Triple kill going over to Ruler, and unless Fly can pull off a miracle, it's going to be a really hard hold for Longju.
I feel like I just watched someone win the lottery and then go bankrupt in a matter of 10 seconds. I don't know how this all came to be after Longju seemed like they were in such a fantastic spot. After that failed attempt at deleting Crash. And now, yeah, Samsung Galaxy are just going to push on and end this game in a very confusing series of events. Fly going to go down anyway. The Zanyas only prevent the inevitable death.
And there you go, a 2-0 victory tonight for Samsung, our second of the night.